Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we talk to a fire chief who shares tips on how to stay safe while decorating during this holiday season. And speaking of Christmas trees, we will take you to the biggest light-up tree in North America. That is a feature that will shock you. Plus a scary incident in Texas during a Ferris wheel malfunction. We'll tell you what happened just ahead.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 5:32 on December 2nd. I'm Madison Pergram, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News This Morning. So if you're waking up, it's a Monday morning. It's December, but with December has come some little bit crazy weather. Let's go to Brandon Robinson. Brandon, it's December 2nd. We're already seeing this roller coaster weather.
Yeah, listen, it's been a wild ride. 60 close to it yesterday, into the almost freezing category this morning. Rain, snow, winter mix. Been a soggy weekend. Let's take a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar, and you're starting to see a little bit more blue mixed in there with the pink and the green, which indicates a little bit of everything this morning. So just be careful. Winter storm warnings out for the counties in pink until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Winter weather advisories out for the rest of us here across the area through later today and later tonight. Temperatures getting closer to freezing there at Jackson, Wise, Harlan, Somerset, Williamsburg. So if we get there, that's going to be snow instead of winter mix or rain. Temperatures anywhere from between 12 and 25 degrees colder this morning than they were this time yesterday. Weather app forecast, you'll see basically chances for rain, snow, and winter mix all throughout the day with near steady temperatures until we get into nighttime, and those temperatures will drop below freezing later on. I'll have the rest of that forecast here in just a few minutes. Madison.
Thank you, Brandon. Well, do you have a live or fake Christmas tree this year? Well, with your decorative decision comes important information you need to know to keep your family safe. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher talked with the fire chief to learn more.
While the halls are decked and the cocoa is hot, the holiday season can bring more than cheer. Prestonsburg Fire Department Chief Michael Brown says there are a few important tips to remember as you decorate for the happiest time of the year.
If you have a fireplace that you burn wood in, you want to make sure you burn seasoned dry wood.
As you are staying warm by the fire, many families are choosing their Christmas tree.
Well, the biggest thing that we've seen is live trees. A lot of people love the live trees.
The average Christmas tree can use as much as 1 gallon of water per day.
The pine needles will start falling off, which means the tree's drying out. The lights produce heat that's on the trees, and it will cause the tree to actually catch on fire.
And studies show a Christmas tree can catch fire and spread within 3 to 5 seconds.
It will put off the amount of heat that will eventually consume the room, and then you have a good building structure fire.
Last but certainly not least,
out of 5 house fires that are fatalities, 3 of those do not have working smoke detectors.
Keeping an up-to-date smoke detector can save you and your family's life.
If something happens through the night, you have nothing to alarm you.
Checking off your shopping and safety list. In Floyd County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
Fire Chief Michael Brown says he would also like to remind everyone, live or fake, keep an open flame at least 3 feet away from your tree. And speaking of trees, check this out. Hundreds of people packed Bethlehem's main square this past weekend for their annual Christmas tree lighting. The event took place in Manger Square, just in front of the Church of Nativity, built on the site where Christians believe Jesus was born. Crowds cheered as a giant tree was illuminated, and Christians make up a small minority of Palestinians, and Bethlehem is only one of the only cities in the West Bank and Gaza where Christmas is really felt. And continuing the Christmas tree theme, check this one out in Denver. They have got one that is 110 feet tall and 39 feet wide, covered in more than 60,000 strands of lights. Now, this is not your average tree. This is a tree you can go inside. No matter your age or your taste in art, some say the tree is stunning for all and a holiday treat that must be experienced. This is the biggest light-up tree in North America. And back to the bluegrass, firefighters are used to the heat, but yesterday in Lexington, they spiced things up a bit with a chili cook-off and auction. It is all to honor a fallen firefighter and give back to the community. Olivia Russell explains.
The Lexington Fraternal Order of Firefighters is remembering one of their own and giving back in his name. Chuck Williams.
Chuck Williams was a firefighter here in Lexington. He passed away in '97. He fell through the floor of an arson fire.
Williams was also a supporter of the FOF.
Lexington Fraternal Firefighters is a nonprofit arm of the Lexington Fire Department. We do all the programs that give back to the city, any kind of donations.
A year after his death in 1998, they started the Chuck Williams Auction and Chili Cook-Off with dozens of chili recipes, big-time auction items, and raffle baskets.
It's the largest fundraiser that we do in support of all the programs that we do throughout the year.
Right now, the major focus is the toy program, putting presents under the tree for kids across central Kentucky. Firefighters say the program helps them be part of the happier moments in life.
We usually see people when we show up on their worst day, when they're hurt or they're sick or their house is on fire or they're in a car wreck. This is a way that we can help out and nobody's hurt.
As they give back in honor of a fallen brother. In Lexington, Olivia Russell, WKYT.
The FOF will be giving toys to families in need next Saturday, and they will also donate toys to other programs and churches. Well, community members are showing support for those living with HIV while remembering those they have lost from AIDS. Yesterday was World AIDS Day, which was founded in 1988. The World Health Organization estimates that 75 million people have been infected with HIV since the start of the epidemic. The Center's Seven Rivers LGBTQ Connection held a discussion about the disease. They want to end the misconceptions people have.
Education is everything, and we remember how it used to be. We remember that it used to be this and it used to be that, and so we still think that. People need to be educated.
There is currently no cure for HIV/AIDS, but research has come a long way. Bassett says because of the treatments available, AIDS is no longer a death sentence. And 10 people aboard the Norwegian Joy cruise ship are being treated for medical issues. The ship docked Sunday in Los Angeles after a Mexican Riviera cruise. It was not immediately clear what caused their illness, and now no one was taken to the hospital. But the cruise line said the guests experienced a stomach-related illness and that it is now implementing tougher sanitation procedures. And a service was held at the Southwark Cathedral yesterday near the site of the recent London Bridge terrorist attack. The service was led by the Dean of the Cathedral, who said that thoughts and prayers were with the people who were injured and killed. People also paid respects to the victims of the attack near the crime scene, which is still closed off by the police. Attacker Usman Khan, a convicted terrorist who had secured early release from prison, killed 2 people and injured 3 others in his attack on Friday. And here's an unsettling story for thrill seekers. A Ferris wheel lost a metal beam in the middle of operation Friday night in Texas. The incident was caught on camera as Deborah Wrigley reports on how it affected operations.
The Ferris wheel at Magical Winter Lights is now back in operation, but last night the unexpected happened. As families walked through the carnival ride section of the annual event, Juan Carlos Orlati says he heard a strange popping sound as he stood near the Ferris wheel, and next...
We just saw people screaming, and then like the big piece, the metal piece, it just like fell, but it stayed hanging onto like, it was a little piece like holding on to it.
This is the video he shot, what's described as an aluminum beam dangled from the side of the wheel. The ride operator working to respond.
If he would have turned it the way it was going, like it would have gotten stuck and it would have been worse to get the people down.
And then, even as the wheel was turning, this. The beam fell to the ground. No one was struck. There were no injuries. The passengers on the Ferris wheel brought back to the platform, nervous but unharmed. A statement from the spokesperson for Magical Winter Lights reads, "Thankfully, we can tell you no one was injured in this incident, and the ride was immediately suspended after all passengers were safely removed from the ride. Carnival organizers discovered it was an aluminum support beam that broke, which isn't vital to the structure of the ride and didn't put any riders in danger." This evening, the Ferris wheel turning again, back in operation. According to the spokesperson, the repairs were minor and everything has been successfully inspected. In Lamarck, Deborah Wrigley, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Coming up, if you are not already in the holiday spirit, Beyonce released a new holiday collection that will surely do the trick.
Hey, listen, Thanksgiving's over. Get on board the holiday train. It's ready to go now. Weather alerts will continue through most of the region until late tonight or early tomorrow morning. I'll have more on what we're expecting in about 3 minutes.